Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Jersey and today we are gonna be working on Palia. We are gonna be building our entrance for our pagoda, for our plot. I'm so excited to finally get to start working. But first thing, this is gonna be simple. It's not gonna be overly complicated. I wanted something that will kind of match the aesthetic of what we got as of the pagoda, but wanted to do it in a smaller scale, in just a nice little entrance where we can just walk down the middle, and when you walk in, then you see the pagoda. Now, the great thing about this build, I do feel like anybody can build it. You guys can follow it. You guys can make it even better and awesome and just take the idea, run with it, and make it the best thing ever. But what I did here, as you can see, we want to have a walkway in the middle between these two columns right over here. Now the squares, the blocks are gonna be 4 high, and then right next to it, in between, right next to that, we're gonna do the wood blocks, and those are gonna be then 3. Then we're gonna do another 3 of the stone blocks, and then we're gonna do a little fencing. Now the idea of this is not to make it too obvious. This is not supposed to be super grand. I just wanted something that marked the entrance of the property, so we can feel like we have this entrance that matches the aesthetic of the pagoda. So as you can see over here, I'm already marking the little spacing, so I know I'm gonna put another square there. I like that they give us this little grids on the floor. I know you guys seen it all the time, but it's great because, you know, sometimes you are a little off, so you can count the little square to make sure that we got everything centered. Now, first warning that I'm gonna give is that when I started doing this, I got it to a specific height. I did eventually made it even higher. I just felt like there was something off when it came to the height. Now it's gonna be up to you, depending. Maybe you like it lower, maybe you want it even higher than I did, maybe you want it even wider. Now the great thing about this is that you can go in any direction. If you need to go higher, go higher. If you need to go smaller, you can go smaller. So it's gonna be really up to you. But as you can see here, I already did the wood and the stone, and now we're gonna start laying the little roof foundation. Now we're gonna use the ramps. I was trying to see if I could get it just right, but with the ramps it's a little tricky. I always find the ramps to be tricky. I want to have this ramp to be a little higher than the block, but the problem is then I can't align the other one, so it wasn't gonna come out the way I initially wanted. So I had to actually lower it, and I think that's one of the reasons why I then needed to raise this build and make it a little bit higher. But as you can see, you know, building in Palia is trial and error, right? So that's what we're gonna be doing right over here. But as you can see over here, I'm trying to match it, and I already can tell it's not gonna work the way I want to. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower this ramp here, then we're gonna take the 2 blocks, and then we're gonna add the ramp there, and we're gonna make the roof that way. Now I think because I had to do it this way, I didn't took account that I forgot that I lower it, so because I took 2 blocks out, and I think that's why I needed to raise it eventually. Now the great thing is, like I said, if you like it low, you can keep it low, and if you need it higher, you can actually go even higher than what I did. Now I didn't want it to go any higher than I had because it was going to keep blocking the pagoda. So I wanted you be able to see the pagoda through the main opening, but I don't want it to cover it all. So it's just one of those things that you gotta, depending on your background, that what you have in the back is gonna be that's how you're gonna kind of make your decision. But as you can see over here, I did add a little pillars over here. All of this is gonna keep changing a lot because as I was building it, I started getting new ideas on how to kind of make it a little bit better. Now over here, I'm working because the ramps were not matching. Even though I had the right square, the right angle, and the right distance, it was not gonna fall. So now the entrance technically is not center to the pagoda, but now the ramps are kind of touching instead of having this big gap. Now I wanted to do this layer effect, as you can see right here, and I'm doing ramps right in the front, and we got the little pillar, and the pillar is a little lower, so I needed to kind of bring this forward. So I decided, okay, this is not gonna work. It's like very low, so let's kind of raise it a little bit, kind of like half way up a little bit. So they help me to feel like we got a little bit extra high. But again, like I mentioned earlier, the whole time I'm thinking, man, why this is coming out so low? And like I mentioned earlier, I forgot that I did lower it like a whole square, and I forgot to account for that. But as you can see, it's a little low, but it doesn't look too bad. When I was editing, I was like, you know what? It doesn't look too bad being this low. Depending on your build, depending what you have on your plot, this height could be perfect for you. So I'm always testing everything on the front. If I like on the front, then I'm gonna duplicate it on the back. So that's something that we're gonna do work on. I definitely wanted a little bit of light. And then I was testing some trees, putting a tree on the side over here, putting on a tree on the other side. Now, when it came to decoration, I kind of skip all that because I changed so many times the decoration. I figure just talk about the build and then you guys can decorate it and you guys will see the final walkthrough. But now I'm framing the trees a little bit more. So you see the fencing over here, you see the way it's done. So you got 1, 2, and then 3 on the 4th one, you're gonna go up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you put on top of the 4, and then you keep doing that again. And then depending how wide you want the fencing to be, then you can take account of that depending on your plot. So now I'm putting another tree right over here. So the first ones had to move it into the front, and then the other ones on the side. And I kind of framing this little area. I don't know exactly if I'm gonna keep all these trees the same eventually, but I'm kind of slowly growing them, and I kind of want to make it feel like this area is gonna be doing the juniper tree right over here. Now on the bottom base over here, I noticed that I can clip halfway through it, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. So I don't have to do a whole block. So I grabbed some of the wood blocks and I did a little base foundation, but I am gonna change that eventually, and we are gonna do the block foundation. And I feel like this looks a lot better, and I really like this better, and kind of gives a little full holding, takes away that little flatness. So that's what I added right over there. Now this is when I started realizing, okay, this is a little too low. Once I put the lamps, it really felt too low. So I'm slowly now, I want to start slowly soon, we're gonna start lifting everything up, because it's not gonna be working. It's just the lamp and going in, and it's just a little too short. So but the great thing is you already got the idea, you already knew what I needed to do. So as you can see, I'm slowly gonna start building and then rebuilding this on the top right over here. And so we're gonna start moving all the pieces, moving this over here, moving that over there, and that's always fun. And then in Palia, of course, you gotta always remember and figure out how you put the sequence on the pieces. I still feel like that's the one area I'm not enjoying a lot, because I just want to move one block and I need to take out 7 of them just to move one. So yeah. But over here, as you can see, I still felt like it was a little too low, so I'm moving again, couple halfway up a little bit of the pieces over here. The great thing when I did that, it gave me space on the bottom, so I can put another block over here. So eventually we are even gonna raise this. Now there is 2 options, and I was very undecided. I liked it where we had it, but if I raised it, it's gonna give me the ability to do this effect right over here that you will see in just a moment. So I'm moving the ramps, I'm making, again, we went another halfway higher, and you can see now the pillars of the wood pillars are right over here, right? You see them all, but there is no base. But now I'm able to clip one in there, and then it looks really good, and I really started to like it. Now the other benefit of moving it up is I was able to move these pots over here with the greenery and actually put it better, and that way it's not sticking up too much to the front. I didn't like that the leaves were kind of clipping into the roofing, so I kind of liked it just by moving it up. And then I'm changing some of the pillars over here on holding the other part of the roofing and doing it wood right there. Now we needed a little extra lights. I kind of grabbed these lights for now. They kind of match the atmosphere, so I put it on the top, and we're slowly getting this built. And as you can see, we got the wooden blocks, we got the pillars, everything is looking good. But like I said, I think one side's already higher than the other, but we still gotta raise this side so you can get then the full pillar being exposed and you can see it all, and it looks really, really nice. So that is gonna happen in just a moment, but slowly the build is coming out together. I really liking this little entrance. Like I said, I really just wanted something simple. I want to save as many building blocks that I can for another build that I wanted to do here that's gonna take a little bit more of the building blocks. So I wanted something that matched very well, but that is gonna look good matching what I have in the back. But as you can see, I still feel like you know, it needs a little bit of height. It still needs a little bit of height in the front. So what I'm doing is raising it again, as you can see right here. And this build, this is all I did, raise back and forth, and believe me that I deleted a lot of stuff that you didn't need to see, because I was just very undecisive on all of this. Like, do I want it here? Do I want it there? There's two things, right? When I have it in the previous spot, I like the layering, right? But I don't want to go the one in the middle, right? Like the one in the middle. I don't want to go any higher because it's gonna keep blocking the pagoda. So I had to make up my mind which one I wanted or what compromise I wanted to make. But I really want to raise this block here. See, you raise it by halfway, and you see now you got the full pillar. I like this look more, and again, but I also like the look when everything was just halfway down, because the top looks really nice. So it's depending. If you have the space, then go ahead and keep raising the top. I kind of did not want to. Again, I explain why, because I don't want to keep blocking the pagoda as the entrance. But maybe if I keep being undecisive in the future, maybe that is something that I will do. Now, I wanted to create like this opening gate effect over here. I didn't like this version that I did, so what I did is I took one side and put it on the other side. So kind of like you got it close a door from one way and it closes on the other side. So I thought that was looked really cool, and it gives you this effect. So here is the final design. Now the decorations may change here and there as I keep getting more stuff in Palia, but as you can see, we got the gate, we got a little bit entrance. There's still a lot more to do, more greenery, more trees, all of that. That way we have like this enclosed area, right? Because that's part of the effect. But for now, as an entrance and wanting to save as many building blocks as possible, I think this looks really nice. Again, it's not the craziest thing in the world. It's just kind of nice, very simple. At the same time, I wanted this gate to kind of give it that little chest that we got in the front where we sell stuff. I know people building on the outside. I didn't want to build on the outside. I feel like the fence just kind of gives it something nice now to look at, and it kind of works together. But now it gives me this official entrance. You can see through the door, you can see the steps going in, because that's something that I really wanted. Again, it's not true center, but it still works really nicely for what we're doing over here. So there we go in, and you will get to the pagoda build that you want. You turn around and then you can see the backside. Again, there's still a lot of stuff to do on the side, but this is a slow project, right? We're doing many things, many builds, many games, but I'm happy that I finally got a little bit more done in my plot, and I wanted just a simple entrance that will match the feeling of what we're doing here, and I think I accomplished what I wanted, and I'm happy. I'm very happy with it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys will take this inspiration and run with it and make it even better than I did, right? Because I know you guys can. You guys are amazing. All right, guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I'll see you all on the next one. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.